Let's follow the path of Dusty's trail, oh, Dusty's trail, Dusty's trail. A stage and a wagon a-heading west, part of a wagon train lost from the rest. Dusty's the reason for their plight. Thanks to Dusty, nothing's right. Only the wagon master's hand keeps them a-rolling through the promised land. Oh, the going gets mighty rough, but they don't seem to mind. It's California, that's the place they must find. Deserts and rocks are in their way, but they won't stop, come what may. Mountains and hills that they must scale, but they know they'll make it 'cause they just can't fail on Dusty's trail.
Mr. Callahan, can we just stop for a little while, please, and stop scouting?
What's the matter, your saddle sore?
No, my saddle's fine, but...
Hey, you hear that?
Yeah. It sounds like a woodpecker with a very strong peck.
Coming from over there. Come on, let's go. John. There's your woodpecker. Hey, come on. Hi there, Sergeant.
Morning.
Morning.
Name's Callahan, wagon master. This is Dusty, my scout. Can we give you a hand?
Well, thanks. Well, I'm afraid this axle's past fixing, Mr. Callahan. I was on my way to take Miss Barstow to Calico City to catch the stagecoach, and now this.
Well, Calico City's not far off the trail. Be glad to take the lady along if it'd help out, eh? Wouldn't we, Dusty?
Sure, especially a lady with a broken axle.
That's sure fine with me, sir. It's all right with Miss Barstow. Miss Barstow?
I heard everything, Sergeant. That was very gallant of you, Mr. Callahan. And quite neighborly. I'd be more than happy to join you.
You okay, Mr. Callahan? Mr. Callahan? Mr. Callahan?
Colonel Barstow asked me to leave our plantation and visit him at Fort Sentinel out here in the wild, wild west. Well, I do declare, I was petrified.
Not me. When I first came out here, I was scared.
And when the buggy broke down on the way to catch the stage home, I just knew it was the end of poor little old Mary Ellen Barstow.
I wouldn't want to be stuck out there at night in the middle of nowhere.
She wasn't alone. She had an Army sergeant with her.
Are you kidding? I've had plenty of trouble alone with an Army sergeant.
Well, it's a lucky thing for you that Mr. Callahan and Dusty came along when they did.
Oh, yes. My two knights in shining armor. Dusty and Mr. Callahan.
Oh, thank you, Matt. Sorry about that. Hi there, Betsy, Lulu. Listen, if you ladies got a minute, I could sure use some advice.
About Mary Ellen Barstow from Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah. Hey, how'd you two know about that?
Cal, you look more lovesick than a moose at mating time.
Yeah, well, see, I've gone with women before, but I never went with, well, you know, kind of society lady like Mary Ellen.
Cal, what do you want to know?
Well, I want to know what's expected of a feller when he goes to wooing a, well, you know, fancy lady like that.
Well, I've always been impressed with a beau when he brought candy and flowers.
Where would I get stuff like that out here? I mean, the best I could do is a lump of sugar and a clump of cactus.
How about a picnic?
Hey, picnic. Now, that sounds romantic, doesn't it, huh? Yo, Thank you, Betsy. Hey, don't you tell Mary Ellen I did that, huh?
Look, she's alone now. Now go ask her.
Oh, I wouldn't know the right words to use.
How about, Miss Barstow, may I have the pleasure of your company on a picnic?
Oh, that sounds fine. But not coming from me. Hey, I got an idea, Andy. Why don't you go ask her? Those words sound real good on you.
No, nothing to do it, Mr. Callahan. You gotta ask for yourself.
Oh, I just messed it all up.
Miss, what up?
Well, I wanted to ask Miss Barstow to go on a picnic, and I thought maybe Andy'd do it for me because he'd use the right words.
Should ask your best friend, namely me. I'll do it for you. Don't you worry about a thing, Mr. Callahan. Miss Barstow?
Well, hello, Dusty.
How would you like to go on a picnic this afternoon?
Oh, I'd love to.
That's great. See you.
It's all set. You're never going to picnic this afternoon.
Great. Did you hear that, Andy, little pal? I don't know how I'll thank you enough.
I just thought of something.
What?
I forgot to mention you. She thinks she's going on a picnic with me.
Yeah, I'm sure glad we got that mix-up with Dusty all straightened out. You know, he used to scout and trail for me. I guess maybe he figured he ought to scout you, too, like you was a trail. Yeah. Well, I'll bet you this is going to be the nicest picnic you ever went to. Now, where's that knife that I always cut the bread with? Yes, sir, I'll bet you this will be a picnic that you won't ever forget, because everybody made something special.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, besides Betsy's bread there, Lulu cut us some nice, fresh turkey, and Brookhaven's gave us some of that French liver stuff. It's called pâté de foie gras.
Pâté de foie gras.
Oh, yeah, that's how they pronounce that. And Dusty, he put in some hard-boiled eggs. What's the matter?
That egg looks peculiar.
Oh, ma'am, I forgot you had probably never seen a buzzard's egg before. Once that shell comes off of there, it's just pretty and tasty inside as an Eastern laid egg. Yeah.
I do declare, Mr. Callahan, I believe I've developed a bit of a headache.
Whoa, now, wait a minute. Here, I got just the thing for that. The Brookhavens, you see, they put this champagne in the basket for us. Oh, they told me I'd have to undo this wire thing here. I don't know too much about this. Yeah, it's gonna come. Oh, and then they said you take a cloth and you twist that thing around like that. Yeah, just careful, like you said. Oop. Ah!
I believe I'll return to my wagon.
I'm sorry, ma'am, about the champagne, but couldn't we go on with our picnic?
Perhaps another time.
No, wait, I was just getting ready to, kind of lay my cards on the table.
I'm not sure I know what you mean.
Well, I was just going to say to you that you're the most beautiful lady I ever saw. And I'd sure be honored if you'd put your name next to mine.
My name? Your name?
Yes, ma'am. Then, if you did that, it would come out Mary Ellen Callahan. See what I mean?
You mean married?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Callahan, I must say you are one of the nicest, darlingest, and most unusual men I've ever met.
That's very nice of you, ma'am.
I most appreciate your offer of wedlock.
Thank you, ma'am.
And it's with profound regret that I must decline. Kindly excuse me.
What you're all upset about, Andy. I'm the one she said no to.
Well, I was just trying to think of some way I might be of help.
You sure you gave her the full Callahan charm?
I talked to her like a nice lady. That's what she is.
Well, that's always been charming enough for me.
Yeah, but maybe not quite the right approach for Miss Barstow.
What do you mean?
I think Auntie means that maybe you didn't use the right words when you proposed.
Well, of course I said the right words.
What did you say?
Well, I told her she was a beautiful lady, and I wanted to put her name next to mine. Now, you can't make it no plainer than that.
Perhaps something got lost in the translation.
Maybe if you said it different, she'd reconsider.
Well, how are you going to say it different?
Well, there's a Southern Belle Plantation way with lots of poetry and big words and all that junk.
Oh, I don't know that stuff.
Yeah, but I do. Now, look, Mr. Callahan, if you want to marry Miss Barstow, I think I got the answer.
Oh?
You ready, Mr. Callahan?
Yeah, I'm ready. You better be ready. You know the words.
Now, whatever you do, don't go far from the tree.
Yeah, don't you go far from the tree.
Call her, Mr. Callahan.
Miss Barstow? Miss Barstow?
Mr. Callahan? Whatever you doing out here this time of the night?
Don't move, my dear.
Don't move, my dear.
I want to record the image of your beauty forever in my mind.
I want to record the beauty of your image forever in my mind.
Mr. Callahan, I do declare.
You're a lady illuminated by an inner glow.
You're a lady illuminated by something.
Sorry, Mr. Callahan, I'll slow down. You're a perfume with no name.
You are a perfume with no name.
Nobody, but nobody ever spoke more beautiful words.
You're a dream with no beginning and no end.
You are a dream with no beginning and no end.
And that's why I wanted to ask you from the bottom of my heart.
And that's why I wanted to ask you from the bottom of my heart.
What's going on? Get lost.
Get lost.
Sorry, I was talking to Dusty.
Will you get out of here? Huh?
If I were a man, sir, I'd challenge you to a duel.
Dusty.
Hi, Simmons, what's going on?
Oh, well, by tomorrow she'll be on that stagecoach and on her way out of my life.
Sorry I messed everything up for you last night, Mr. Callahan.
It wasn't your fault. I'm the one who put my foot in his mouth.
I beg to disagree. Words and words alone do not a gentleman make.
No, very true. Miss Barstow might very well have declined your proposal, Mr. Callahan, regardless of Dusty's intrusion.
Well, how could she? I mean, all those fancy words I was using.
Mr. Callahan, Daphne and I would very much like to help you in your quest for this young lady's hand.
He doesn't want her hand. He wants to marry all of her.
Dusty, will you please stay out of this?
In order to woo and win the fair Miss Barstow, you will first have to become a complete gentleman.
In every sense of the word.
Got you there.
Well, now, wait a minute. I know I'm not perfect, but...
No buts, Mr. Callahan. Becoming a gentleman is the only way, providing you love her.
Of course I love her.
The Brookhavens are only trying to help, Mr. Callahan.
Well, what do you want me to do?
This afternoon, we shall invite you and Miss Barstow to tea. At that time, you shall prove yourself to be the ultimate gentleman of culture.
Oh, I don't know anything about those fancy teas and all that.
You will this afternoon.
Miss Barstow, may I have the pleasure of escorting you to the table?
Why, I'd be delighted, Mr. Callahan.
Here.
Mr. Callahan, I can't breathe!
I'm sorry, Betsy. Are you all right?
Mr. Callahan, you must never handle a chair like a saddle.
Nor a lady like a horse.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It's force of habit. Yes.
The napkin, remember?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Sugar? 1 lump or 2?
Is that the only choice I got? I mean, it takes about a dozen of them rascals to get through to my sweet tooth.
Never mind the sugar. Just proceed.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, there's mud in your eye. Oh, boy, that stuff hot. Hot. Well, I guess that's enough tea. Can I walk you back to the wagon, ma'am?
Thank you, Mr. Callahan.
Yeah.
Mr. Callahan, from the beginning, again.
Again.
And again.
And again.
And again.
And again. Well, how do I look?
Nice. Looks like you're going to a war instead of a tea party.
It is a war between Callahan and that teapot.
Maybe I shouldn't wear my old cavalry uniform, huh?
Oh, I think it's perfect. Something about a uniform that always appeals to a woman.
Yeah, the man in it.
Yeah, well, here goes.
Good luck.
Good luck,
Yeah.
Cal.
I wonder if I might have the honor of escorting you to your chair, Miss Barstow.
Of course, sir.
Well, he got her down in the chair okay.
And something tells me he's going to do okay in every way.
Tea, Miss Barstow.
Yes, thank you. That's fine, thank you.
Mr. Callahan.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. Sugar?
Yes, thank you. No, thank you.
Ma'am?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
This is a lovely tea, Mr. and Miss Brookhaven.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Look at old Callahan's pinky sticking right out in the air.
He's doing that on purpose? I thought he broke it or something.
Miss Barstow, I wonder if you would care to accompany me on a walk.
Yes, Mr. Callahan, I believe I would.
And this is about as nice and gentle little creatures you're ever going to find. And this little rascal, he's Oh, wait a minute. There's a pretty view for you.
Oh, that's lovely.
I know I asked you this before, but, hey, golly, I gotta ask you again.
You don't have to. I can see the question in your eyes. The answer this time is yes.
Hey, she said yes! Hey, everybody, we're going to get married!
Can I be best man?
Yeah, you can be best man. Of course you can be best man. Get some of that out for all of us. Whip.
A little bubbly for all.
Hey, you know something, Mary Ellen? I would like to set a spell. Hey, wait.
I thank you, sir.
Oh, I tell you, you made me a proud and happy man, Mary Ellen. I'm going to take good care of you.
I'm sure you will, dear heart.
We get to California, I'm going to get the biggest cattle spread they got, and I'll work my fingers to the bone.
California? But it was my intention, it was my hope that we'd both take the stage together back east.
Yeah, but see, I'm taking these people to California. They're my responsibility. That's my job, you know.
Of course. But it was my hope that you'd join me back there after that.
Well, I got to be honest with you. I never figured on living in no city. Especially in the East.
But Atlanta, that's where I'd love us to live.
Oh, now, come on, Mary Ellen. You don't want to live in a big city surrounded with all them tall buildings crowding in on you.
But the East is my home.
Well, West is my home.
I guess we miscalculated a bit.
I guess.
Sorry, Mr. Callahan. Truly sorry.
You sure you won't change your mind?
Nope. And neither will you.
Nope.
Will you drive me to Calico City to catch the stage?
Yeah, I'll do it. But I don't want to.
Mr. Callahan, guess what I'm going to give you for a wedding present? No, don't guess. I'll just tell you. I'm going to give you the first coat that Freckles has after he gets married.
Well, Dusty, I guess you can save that coat for yourself. Not going to be a wedding.
But you two love each other.
Yep. But maybe not enough, Dusty boy. Maybe not enough.
Yeah, he's taking this breakup with Mary Ellen pretty hard.
His heart ain't just broken, it's scrambled.
I don't think any of us should say a word to him. Not a word that might remind him, like marriage or engagement, or fix the bridle or groom the horses.
That's a good idea, Andy.
What do you think, Dusty?
Yeah, I won't say anything about Mary Ellen. I won't even mention marriage or engagements or bridals or best man or anything like that. I won't even mention rice.
Yeah, well, that's the idea.
Well, I guess everybody's ready. We can turn the wheels.
Yes, sir. Everything's stowed away. The pots, the pans, and the wedding. Dusty! Bedding.
It's all right, little pal. Hitch up the teams and we'll turn the wheels, huh?
Okay.